Bats, scorpions, and a deep, dark, blustery night. Does it all sound like the beginning of a Halloween tale? Well, on our next story, we're going to haunt the Bruneau Dunes of southern Idaho in search of these spooky creatures of the night.
I've got a black light, and since insects orient to UV at night, they're attracted to it. We're trying to draw in what's normally out here distributed hither and yon. And then we get some of the desert insects like antlions, things of that nature, if we have a good evening. Keep your fingers crossed, the wind seems to be generally going down rather than up.
He's sort of in the Indiana Jones category. You know, the absent-minded professor in the fedora, the type whose life revolves around the research and teaching of a subject that most of us never even think about. Well, for Indiana Jones, it was archaeology that launched him on adventure. But in Dr. Charles Baker's case, it's entomology, the study of insects.
I always think of how great a fly is to be able to fly and land upside down on the ceiling when you think about it in terms of all of a sudden doing all that fancy leg work and roll over and hit the ceiling. They're just interesting as the devil to me.
But tonight, it isn't the common fly we're looking for. It's the creatures of the night. Once the sun slips beyond the last sandy knoll of the Bruneau Dunes, the desert comes to life. A black light casts an eerie glow over a white sheet spread on the desert floor. Lined up along the edges are Dr. Baker and the members of his entomology class, kneeling in a circle as if enacting some ancient pagan ritual.
They're coming in, so the light is bringing some things that you wouldn't normally see out here. These wasps walk over the desert at night, or I think principally at night, although some of them may be daytime. They dig down and they paralyze beetle larvae.
This is just one of a series of tiny tragedies that plays out daily in a miniature world undetected by most humans.
I have the forceps to pick them up. I have a couple of containers.
As the night deepens, the time has come to begin the search for scorpions.
The scorpions have in them compounds that will fluoresce. So with a black light, again with the UV, these compounds will glow and they'll be fluorescent, and you can see them up to 10 or 12 feet away. There he is, see?
Oh, yeah.
He's a little guy.
Scorpions are a member of the arachnid family. Like the spiders, these are creatures with 8 legs and a segmented body which is divided into 2 regions, the head and a large abdomen. And also, like many spiders, it suffers from a nasty reputation that is largely unwarranted.
The ones we have here, their venom is not particularly bad, and they tend to stay on the ground and out of homes generally. So they're out there killing other scorpions, killing insects, keeping some of those other things in check. So they're a part of the environment, and they have a reputation that is really not justified as being that dangerous to man. Very few people ever die from a scorpion sting, even in southwestern United States, let alone in Idaho. There he is.
The next scorpion encounter is much larger.
Oh boy.
He is ready.
The scorpion feels the threat. It curls its tail over its head in the classic scorpion attack position.
But you would not want to find that, you know, looking at you across your bedroll, sleeping bag, whatever.
A laboratory setting offers a better look at the scorpion's feeding style. Dr. Baker speculates that our desert find is a female. The female of the species is generally larger than the male. Another clue is the distended abdomen, indicating that she may be carrying eggs. She is busily excavating a hiding place in the corner of her quarters when Dr. Baker drops a plump cricket right in front of her.
There comes the stinger. There comes the stinger. There goes the stinger. There goes the stinger. It's working. She's got a hold of it with her mouth. She's cleaning her chela there, that big pincher. She's got it down in the sand, getting rid of some of the cricket debris. And she's beginning to work. Now she has mouth parts that are called chelicerae, and they just sort of shred things for her, and then she ingests it.
Our desert excursion has yet to yield one more creature of the darkness, for no shadowy, blustery night would be complete without the silent wings of a bat.
And he may be the only one. I see no others. I see no others, so we're stuck with one bat tonight.
Perched on the walls of the visitor center at the Bruneau Dunes is a pallid bat. Unlike most bats that eat insects while in flight, the pallid bat will land on the ground to grab its prey, mainly crickets. But our interest is not in the bat itself, but in a unique parasite, a tiny wingless fly that lives in the hair of the bat.
You can see, oh, and there's a parasite. See that dark spot there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Now see if that's going to move if it's stuck down. Is it stuck? Well, that may be a tick. So
Get him at the base?
yeah, get him at the base, and that's good.
Except for the tick, the bat is clean, but we enjoy a close look at this delicate creature with the fearsome reputation. Although bats are often associated with the spread of rabies, there is no record of anyone ever contracting rabies from a bat in Idaho. In fact, in the last 4 decades, only 10 people in all of the United States and Canada are believed to have gotten rabies from bats. Up until now, the small pallid bat has been patient, but now he begins to become restless. The darkness is calling. He's gently released and flies silently away to join the other creatures of the night.
Right into the camera. All right.